Hello, everybody. Steve Mayne here, getting ready to start a new game. I just found this weekend. It's called Firewatch. It's a narrative game. It was recommended to me by a couple people, although I was warned that the ending has been somewhat divisive amongst some groups. So after Oxenfree, I'm a little leery about games where the ending is divisive. But I, I, I don't know. Like it's supposedly it's a really good story. So who knows? Maybe I'm going to be on the side of the ending where I liked it. So let's jump in here and see how this thing starts out. Well, we're going to start a new game. Woohoo! Let's see what's happening. Campo Santo presents in cooperation with Panic Incorporated. That's not a good sign. Boulder, Colorado, 1975. You see Julia. She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. You approach her. Well, apparently. You are drunk. Let's see. So what's your major? Or you're pretty? Well, since I'm not a Neanderthal. Okay. Yes, I'm not a caveman. I've decided. You slur your words and it smells like cores. You give an awkward smile. Evolutionary biology, she says. And I'm a professor. Cool, you reply. What's yours, she asks. She sniffs the air. Toxicology? I, I like this woman. This Julia person is already pretty awesome. Was that a burn, you ask? She says definitely. Worried she hurt your feelings, she asks you if you want to split a cheeseburger. 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. Well, that's just fantastic. That's a good way to go with it. We go backpack, looking around. We're in a garage. We're a whole hell of a lot to do. Looking at boxes. Alright, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to go to the truck. You date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You move in. You share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. Alright. Julia wants to get a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia's in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking that dog. It's badass. We're gonna take the beagle. Beagles are adorable. They eat like everything, but they're adorable. Bucket's a good dog, and a week later you've totally forgotten about the other one. Julia loves him. You love him too. That's adorable of me. 1979. You talk out on the deck. It's summer. 9:30 p.m. And the heat still radiates off the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? They're not very smart. They're good at much. I'm saying, if you and I have some, a couple little idiots. One day, why rush? That would be pretty good. Oh, we got a dog. We need somebody to clean up after it. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I'd like that, you'd say. These kids are going to be screwed up enough, it's probably for the best their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. Some stuff going on out here. Got some parking things. There's a map of the woods. Do not forget to check in. No fireworks. You're in their country. Learn to live with bears. Thoroughfare trail is not recommended for inexperienced hikers. And I'm going up it, so either I'm inexperienced, or I'm either experienced or a moron. I had a really nice backpack, so I'm going to go with experienced. It's Thursday night. Julia says 4 hours late. And Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call. You're worried and getting angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the seats. Get mad or ignore her? Let's ignore her. Don't go to bed mad. Just don't do it. It's not a good idea. You don't touch each other all night. The next day you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about the evening. She says it was great. You hold on to a tiny pill of resentment. You make some coffee and go to work. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. This is 1981. Should have read that. Suddenly I'm talking like Bob Ross. I have no idea why. It's a very pleasant story, and I think that's what's adding to it. But as I pose for her, do I pose as He-Man, pose and flex like He-Man, or frolic like a Victoria's Secret model? Well, I'm obviously hiking, so I'm either, and I'm going to go with accomplished hiker because it makes me seem less stupid. So I think he poses and flex. I think I pose and flex like He-Man, and apparently I look awesome. Sweet. Not bad. A lot of stuff going on here. Trees and things. Look at all the trees. Branches and trees and things and stuff. Oh man, this is a really lovely art style. What do we got? 2 forks. 8 more miles still. I'm gonna go back to being an idiot. Space bar to climb over the obstacles. Look at all the birds. 1982. During the summer, you and Julia enjoy walking Bucket at night. There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Bucket gets kicked. The dog, Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she's stressed. You confront the attacker. Do I scare him away or beat his goddamn face in? He's got a knife. I don't want to get stabbed. I'll just scare him away. Reach into your pocket like you've got a gun and threaten to kill him. You manage to scare all 3 of you. He runs away. Julie asks you to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay. You don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. 1984. Plans to have kids get waylaid by work. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job, associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. Convince her not to take the job. Agree if she commutes back and forth. Okay, so now I'm an asshole. Oh man, both of these suck. Oh God. I mean, in real life, it's like I don't even know what I do. Like, if I have, like, what does my character's job do? Like, it doesn't say. That would help me decide here. Let's let her follow her dream. You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that it'll be hard, but she'll do it if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if it's what she wants. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. Okay, long distance. Not thrilling, but... Julia sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior, 1985. She was found crying in a stairwell. You say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni and drink wine and try to forget about it. I don't think this is a good plan. I mean, like, people make mistakes. Lord knows I forget things. I don't scream at people, but a lot of stress, cross country. It's probably right. It's probably nothing. It works. You watch Dallas on TV and sleep together on the couch. Well, that's just silly. Who watched Dallas? Well, that's just embarrassing. Bucket's getting older. Julia comments that it's kind of nice because he gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She is devastated. She's sent home on permanent medical leave. Oh man, that sucks. Oh, is this because I just didn't make her stay in Boulder? Some days you get the Julia who will call you a dope and your unborn child are little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love. After 5 minutes she goes into a panic, believing your dad's at the door. You tell her family that they are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. Oh, man. 88. You spend your days following Julie around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggested Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple months. Decide to move her into a full-time care facility, determined to take care of her by yourself. She could get hurt, and I don't. God damn, this is... Apparently we're going to kick off with the Life is Strange decisions right out of the gate. This is how the game starts. Let's do a full-time care facility. Back in the woods. Okay, it's not letting me jump over that, so I think I'm kind of stuck on the path on this point. Trail walking. Trail walking. Okay, nice. Ooh. He's a deer. And he is leaping away. Her family agrees with your decision. You find a fantastic place in Boulder and move her there. You see her every day, then every other day. You go out to a bar with your friends. It's not the same. You get the feeling that every wife tells her husband, if you ever put me in a home like Henry did, I'll cut your balls off. You slowly decide not to see your old friends that much. Julia's sister moves to Boulder to be close to her. She visits her every day. You go with her some of the time. Susan buys an old typewriter and urges you to use it if you won't see a therapist. You won't. You've always really liked Susan. Months go by. Bucket dies. Julia doesn't remember when you tell her. Sometimes it takes her a minute to lock in on you. In the back of your mind, you believe it's because you see her less and less, and seeing her less and less makes her forget you more, you think. Summer's coming, and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. That is Inner Lookout Tower. Okay. Some neat. Wow, we are on a trip here, aren't we? Let's see what's up here. To go in there, but what's out this way? See if there's anything around the corner here. A couple propane tanks hooked up to a thing. That's going to be something that powers the inside of this here. Well, let's drop the top. Open the door. Turn on the power.
Tower. Two Forks Tower, this is Thoroughfare Tower. Come in. I know you're there. Your lights are on.
Oh, I didn't. Let's see.
Hello, Two Forks, come back. Pick up your radio.
Oh, there's a radio. Somebody is talking to me. Hold the left shift to activate the radio.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then
Pine
can I
cones everywhere.
sleep forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
Let's see. Killed 3 ex-husbands, rebelling against mom. Nobody home could stand you. Well,
Okay.
duh.
You've killed 3 husbands. You're a black widow, and you're just out here until the heat dies down, and then you'll kill again.
Ooh, very good. Bravo, Henry.
Okay, I sleep now?
Not quite. Now you.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you. I say you got fired from your job and have finally decided to write your novel. That's the sort of bullshit reason you'll find a man out in the woods.
Good night.
Welcome to the job.
Well, you know what? I think...
Good morning, Henry. Well, I guess good afternoon. You probably slept like a rock. Anyway, there's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in. I can see you at your desk, so call me when you're ready.
Ah, there we go. Huh. This is very weird. Alright, well, I'm going to try and figure out how to save the game and exit. You guys have a great day. Tell me what you think. I mean, this is a very downer story, but I think at the beginning of day 1, let's maybe see how long the days are, and from this point forward, and just do one day at a time. Yeah, that sounds like a 12-step program. But what do you think so far? I mean, it's a little bit of a downer, but I think we know why we're here. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the story itself and where it's going and what might be happening as I'm standing out here in Watchtower Two Forks. So you guys have a great day, and please like and subscribe. I'll see you all next time.